Hi everyone, it's Rebecca. If you can hear craziness going on outside, I'm actually on vacation, and so you're probably hearing pool noises. Um, but my muddiest point from this chapter, with like liberating structures and microstructures and all of the things, um, really is just what really is a liberating structure compared to a conventional microstructure. I feel like in the way that things were described, I really only have ever experienced like the conventional microstructure. And so when there's things that are being said, such as like conventional microstructures perpetuate long running traditions, but then it goes on to say they're huge time wasters. That's on page 20. Um, I just kind of am like, okay, if they're huge time wasters though, how does that get changed into perpetuating, I guess, a better situation? Um, Especially when looking at the way that these, like figure 2-4, the way that these different like conventional microstructures, all of them are like on this side of this diagram, and then it's just labeled to have the liberating structures up here, and that's great. And maybe I missed something. I feel like it's not totally clear what a liberating structure is. They talked about macro and they talked about micro, but in comparison for this liberating structure, it just is that they're new and they're gonna make things better and they're gonna change things, and there's not really any strategies given. Maybe that's something we'll get to in the course. But I just feel like it's interesting that there's so much given about conventional microstructures that then when these liberating structures are talked about, it's not really mentioned yet. Especially considering it's like the surprising power of liberating structures is what's down at the very, very bottom. But I haven't really seen a lot of what makes a liberating structure so different compared to these microstructures. I also thought it was interesting and kind of strange that liberating structures and these conventional microstructures have the same 5 structural elements. So the invitation, how it's arranged, what materials are used, how participation is distributed, how groups are configured, and the sequence of steps and time allocated to each step. I think that's interesting that they can both have those 5 and yet be so considered so different in this point of view. So again, I totally could have maybe missed something in my reading, but I think just this overarching cloud of what is a liberating structure is kind of where I'm at. So thanks. Bye.